Hello to you all, and thank you for being here. Today I'm going to talk about a business opportunity suitable for any kind of company, let's say IT company or consulting firm. And this opportunity is an opportunity that is growing faster than almost any other segment in the enterprise tech space right now. Okay, let's get going. I am the speaker today. My name is Andreea Sas. I am part of the partnership recruitment team, and I am responsible for the admission of new partners. I work with several markets in the EU, mainly with the UK, the Scandinavians, for example, some Eastern European countries like Romania, Poland, Czech Republic, but not only. Today, I want to present you today's agenda and what we'll basically cover in the next 30 minutes. We will start with the market because I think it's very important to look at the size of this opportunity before we talk about how we could potentially capture it. Then we will dive a bit in Odoo's unique value, what makes it genuinely different from any other ERP out there. We look at our partner program and advantages. And then we will do some sort of a market analysis. We will dive deep in the partnership model, and at the end we'll have a Q&A session, so feel free to address any kind of questions you might have about your specific markets. It could be anything. Okay, then let's speak about the market overview. So this context is really important because basically the small and medium represent more than 95% of companies in Europe, and they remain the backbone of the entire European economy. Okay, so this means that we have a huge potential from an ERP perspective. In terms of companies that actually adopt it, basically we have 26 million companies in Europe as per European Commission's data, and out of these 45% are already using an ERP, but we still have 55% that are not yet there. Okay, bear with me. Okay, so basically we have a huge potential with one of the fastest growing enterprise software. Okay, because as the data shows us, as per Statista, my source, the global ERP market projects to reach $130 billion by 2030, and this represents an 11% average annual growth rate, which is huge. Okay. Also, by the end of statistics show that 78% of our SMEs are planning to implement an ERP. They are ready basically and are planning to adopt and implement an ERP by 2030. Okay. Then I would like to state and to emphasize that Odoo is 65% TCO, total cost of ownership with Odoo. And our implementation phases or timelines are quite short. Basically, for a standard solution between 2 and 4 months, which is significantly reduced compared to our other competitors. Okay, then. Let me be honest about what your prospects will push back on and how we can handle these challenges. So the first one, and I'm pretty sure you agree with me, it's something that we hear every day on our markets, is this change resistance. Companies saying that our team will never adopt a new system. This is real, and because employees really feel disruption. However, Odoo's intuitive interface and user-friendly aspect shows us that an average user adoption it's related to days rather than months. Then, of course, your clients don't understand the complexity of integration. However, with Odoo, we have over 100 native connectors and an open API. So, in reality, we are not asking companies to throw out everything, but basically, we show them that we can extend their solution, we can migrate them, they can run everything in Odoo, or we can simply extend everything they have with Odoo. In terms of cost concerns, the market seems to perceive that all the ERP costs are significantly high. However, as I mentioned before, Odoo's TCO is 65% lower on average compared to, let's say, SAP or Oracle or Microsoft Dynamics. So the cost concerns can be resolved simply by sitting down at the table and doing the simple maths and showing your prospects the reality. The technical barriers are basically your responsibility, because you will be basically the bridge between Odoo and our customers, and this is, you bring a value that they cannot find anywhere else. So they basically need you. They have the solution, they have the need, and they need someone to help them make it happen. Okay. What's Odoo's value and why are we different from any other piece out there? So this is basically what Odoo promises. It's remarkably simple. It's one platform, fully integrated, covering any business function, and suitable for any kind of company, regardless of their size or industry. It's the place, basically, in Odoo is the place where CRM meets your inventory, where your sales pipeline meets your warehouse, where your accountant can see real-time data rather than, let's say, last month's report, where you can build a website. So basically, everything is possible. What we're trying to show is that from individual standalone softwares, you can have an all-in-one solution. And this is basically what Odoo does. We have a modular architecture that allows you to do tailored solutions for diversity of businesses, and we have over 80 applications in standard. So basically, we cover all the aspects of a business, from workforce with your employees, planning, time off, and so on, all the production aspect, all your operation, of course, the financial aspect, which is very important for everybody, accounting, invoicing, and so on. And last but not least, the sales tools with CRM, POS, subscription, if necessary, and so on. Our solution is fully integrated and it's modular, meaning that from an implementation perspective, you can start implementing it by resolving whatever their main pain points are. But then, as per their need or their growth, they can really extend everything and digitalize all their business processes in Odoo. Okay. Regarding our solution, and the prices, because of course you will discuss licensing and hosting costs with your prospects. But basically, I want to speak about the fact that our pricing is fair, and it's fully transparent. In Europe, we have not only in Europe, but mainly in Odoo, we have tier prices. Now in Europe, we have two stages or two tiers. We have the Central and Eastern European and Southern Europe, and then Western Europe. Okay, we've designed these prices to, in function of the GDP of each country. Okay, hence the reason what we class in Odoo as developed country are paying on licenses per user approximately 40% more. Okay, but basically we have, this is our pricing model visible on our website. One app will always be free. Standard license, you have all the standard application and the out-of-the-box solution. Here we cannot modify anything. However, for clients who do need development, external APIs, multi-company environment and customization, then they are suitable for a custom plan. Okay. Now, it's important to mention that the real prices in Odoo are here, and basically what we see in Central and Eastern, for example, for standard 1190 or 1790 euros per user per month for custom, these are the prices with the discount, because by default, Odoo provides 25% discount, or the equivalent of 3 months for free, simply because your clients will buy the licenses from Odoo, you will start configuring their databases, and they will go live after the implementation period. So we want to somehow get them covered for this period, for them not to feel that they are missing out on value. Okay, but as from the second year, they will be paying the full prices relevant for their regions. Okay, now let's speak about Odoo partner advantages. And first, I would like to show you our amazing growth from the beginning of time, from 2012, and how we exponentially growed from 180 employees, for example, in 2012 to more than 7,000 nowadays, and forecasted to reach 10,000 at the end, 10,000 employees at the end of 2026. You can also see the ecosystem of partners growing, because this growth would never be possible without the partners. I mean, Odoo manages the solution, we expect partners to manage the services. Okay, so these are not just numbers, this is a very, very explanatory trajectory. Okay, and all these charts tell the same story, that Odoo has an unbroken growth curve for over a decade. In terms of global presence, Odoo is present in 21 offices across 17 countries. So we cover from San Francisco to Manila, or from Lyon to Nairobi. And it's basically to show that Odoo is actively used worldwide. And this matters for two reasons, because you can be reassured by Odoo support infrastructure, which is real and local, so you will not be dealing with partners or with vendors that are in completely different time zones, but you have someone local and easily reachable, let's say. Okay, some other impressive numbers nowadays. So we are the fastest growing ERP provider in the world. We have 56% AR, annual recurring revenue growth year over year, with, as I said, more than 14,000 partners in the ecosystem. We overpassed 100 million euros in cash positions. We have more than, or a bit under 200,000 clients, and then we have 16 million users worldwide, which, as I said, makes us one of the most used ERP on the market at the moment. So yes, again, this is our hyper growth, and we are really proud, because it shows how from a small Belgian startup with just 3 employees, we now reach 8 billion valuation. Okay, so it's one of the most remarkable software growth in European tech history, and it's not just me saying that. It's actually Deloitte who recognized Odoo as the fastest growing tech company in Belgium, and consequently they became one of our strategic partners. They joined our ecosystem. They came and they brought thousands of clients in Odoo. Then let's speak about the market from our perspective. At the moment we have over 14,000 new clients per month. We are really proud. We are really proud, and this really shows the interest Odoo has. And it's important to mention here that we are mainly an inbound company. So basically, we are approaching clients, partners, and so on that actually knock at our door. The partner opportunity comes from the fact that all this growth comes at 70% basically from indirect revenue. I mean, from revenues linked to a partner. As I said before, and I'm repeating it now, this this increase of Odoo would have not been possible without our partners. So we've grown, our partners ecosystem grown exponentially, and I want to say that we try to gather the data and look at each market in Europe, and basically the stats show that for approximately half of all the installation in one specific markets are done by top 10 partners. This shows that the expertise, the presence, and the first-time movers really take a bigger share of the market. Okay, and again, we are present in more than 189 countries. Now, our partnership model. Our partnership model is built on a really simple and honest triangle defined here. So it's basically a transparent and working together relationship between Odoo partners and their clients. So Odoo comes with the solution. We comes with the software, with the roadmap, with the infrastructure, with the ecosystem, and so on. Then we expect the partners to bring their technical expertise to basically broaden our exit to make us have a broader access to the market and to manage all the solution. I mean, to manage the solution, to manage the services at 360, and then the clients will get a world present ERP solution. They will be which will be implemented basically by partners who speak their native languages, who know their businesses, their market specifics, and so on. So basically, this form of partnership, it's a win-win for everybody. Then what we commit to provide to our partners, if you decide to become an Odoo partner, you will not be starting from zero. What Odoo will bring to your business is not just a sales support. Of course, we will have together we'll be sharing pipelines. You will be receiving leads and projects from us. We will be co-selling on these deals. You will have all the dedicated support. We will work on marketing materials together. We will have joint campaigns. You are able to do in Odoo pretty much any kind of training you could potentially need, from a functional assistant to a technical consulting, any type of sales support, and we encourage custom developments. I mean, we'll be able to help you with your custom developments. So this will be basically the core of your business, and what Odoo commits to help you with if you are willing to join the ecosystem. And now this will be basically your contract of services with your clients. So as I said, we expect you to service your end clients at 360. From scoping these companies, you will train them on how to use Odoo. You will propose them whichever hosting option works best for them, as we are highly flexible. All the support, upgrades, developments, customization, configuration, so they all fall under your responsibility. And now you define your hourly rates or your project-based fees and so on, and we don't charge any percentage of your work through our partnership model. Then why to become an Odoo partner? Because we have the market. I just show you we have a huge potential. Then we have an agile solution that is highly adaptable, easily to implement. We have over 80 applications in standard, one platform, and zero lock-in. We have a strong community, so you will not be alone. You have a full ecosystem willing to help you. Our partnership model is more than transparent, so we are working together, which will, of course, result in an increase in your business, your turnover. You will be able to increase your teams, and so on. Then I've created this slide because I simply wanted to show you some example of partners that build businesses in Odoo from zero. For example, we have Thomas in Germany who started our partnership, the partnership with us in September 2024. He started from zero, a full team, and in 1 year he managed to complete 30 implementations with over 240 licenses. The same for Hosen in Mauritius. They started again their team from zero. After 1 year and a bit, they have more than 6 experts and over 20 projects delivered. The same for Amart Advanced Tech. They reached the highest level of partnership in just 3 months, and their growth was impressive. So these are just a few examples to show you that we have everything it takes in order to attack the market and propose a really suitable solution. And then, of course, that our solution really improves. This is the purpose, basically, to improve the productivity of our clients and what Odoo delivers for our clients. Again, I took three examples, but basically we have the workspace company, which after implementation managed to triple their turnovers, or Prime Services who managed to double their team, or US repairs who had an orders growth. I mean, they increased their orders with almost 50% in the first quarter after an implementation with Odoo. So these results are here, are visible, and all the data are showing the same. Now, this is the ecosystem proof. We've managed to create not just Odoo as a company, but together with the partners ecosystem, over 3,000 job positions. We will reach 1 billion revenue target. 70% of our income comes via partners, and we are able to really grow in the ecosystem quite fast. So our partners, they don't just sell Odoo, they really build businesses, they hire teams, they increase their expertise, and they know and own their markets. Okay, next step, straightforward path. I mean, if what I told you reasons and it's something that you are interested in, the next steps are quite easy in the sense that we book a meeting, we define, we'll do the partnership roadmap, we will discuss the different options of training, first project, and so on, how we can get expertise, become Odoo experts, and get the certification, and how we can significantly grow our business if we are aiming to bring Odoo as a solution in your portfolio. Okay, now this is the moment where we will do a quick break, but if you have any questions, we will be able to answer them in a few minutes, so feel free to ask anything that could be of interest, and we will be right back to answer any questions you might have. Okay, we're back. Let's see what questions we received today. Livans is asking me what are the main competitors in ERP. Well, basically, we are competing with any kind of software from SAP, Oracle, accounting softwares like Sage and so on, Microsoft, you name it. They are all ERP solution, let's say, and they all serve a certain market share. But we can consider them all competitors. Then, what is the proposition for partners? Wi-Fi Alarm is asking me, where is our business here? So the proposition for partners would be to join an ecosystem that is growing rapidly, to join an ecosystem that is growing rapidly, to become expert implementing a solution that is agile and suitable for pretty much any kind of companies, and the added value will come from your implementation services, trainings, and so on, maintenance. You will pretty much manage everything, so this will be your, let's say, financially the most interesting aspect of your business. But then with Odoo, you will also get recurring revenue from all the clients, all the licenses, all the users you will be bringing in Odoo. And these commissions with Odoo, they are recurring. Meaning that if you have a client with you for 10 years in Odoo, for 10 years you're entitled to receiving this commission on licenses and hosting. I hope this makes it more clear, but don't hesitate to book a meeting and we will explain and we will look together. We will go through the contract, the partnership contract. Then Alessandro is asking me, do you need to code to custom the solution? Or there is a no-code solution. It really depends on the situation, but basically in Odoo, you can either do your customization with you can write lines of code, or we also have a powerful low-code from Odoo called Odoo Studio. Now with Studio, you can do a lot of customization without having to write any lines of code. So you can change forms, rename them, remove fields, and so on as per your client's requirements. Do you get as a partner an admin login on the database free of charge to make changes in the configuration? Basically, with your partner subscription code, you will be able to start the setup of the database, but then you can have a license that gives you the admin rights and doing all the configuration that you can afterwards pass it on to one of the employees in need. So the next question would be what makes Odoo different from Microsoft Dynamics and so on. Basically, we are both Microsoft as us. We are an ERP solution. What makes us special would be the agility, the implementation times, which are significantly reduced, with the user-friendly solution, not to mention the cost. So these are, in my opinion, the main differentiators compared to our competition. Basically, you have a solution that it's easily to implement, customize, develop, and so on. It can be done in significantly shorter time and at a way lower price than our competition. Is there a cost, Cristescu Beni is asking, is there a cost for the training or certifications? So basically when joining the ecosystem, Odoo will provide you with the e-learning training. So you will learn basically basic configuration, how Odoo works, and so on. It's what we call scratch the surface. But to gain an in-depth expertise, you'd have to potentially go through a paid training, a functional training. And yes, if we are speaking about the functional training and the certification, there is the e-learning plus the paid versions. Next question would be, when we would be ready with the training, is it possible to get projects directly from Odoo, or do we need to find projects by ourselves? Yes, we have so basically, in terms of training, we have designed a tailored training for new partners. For me, this is imperative. This is mandatory, and it's what, from our expertise, it's what really makes a difference between the partners that are skyrocketing and the others who are just learning Odoo at a slower pace. But to answer your questions, yes, we have a functional training which lasts 7 weeks, and after the 7 weeks, if you attend and if you do your homeworks and so on, you're involved, you are sure or quite sure that you will pass the certification and you will become Odoo expert on the functionality. Let's see the next question. Does using Odoo for my business project make me a partner? Do I follow the same trajectory or different terms and conditions apply? So yes, when you become a partner, Odoo encourages you to use Odoo on a daily basis and to standardize your processes in Odoo. That means that if you become a partner, you will have a lot of advantages compared to a client. You will have access to other resources, you'll have access to the source code and so on. You will unlock a set of benefits that you would not have as a just end customer. Then we have Hussein saying that I am currently studying Odoo. From your point of view, when can I become a learning partner or start seeking this step? So the learning partnership is designed for one-man show companies or really small companies. There is no such thing as a right or bad moment. But basically, the learning partnership is designed to help you learn Odoo. So you will have access to the ecosystem, you'll have the e-learning, and you can start if you're a self-taught person, you can start getting some experience in Odoo in this way. Next questions would be from Menela. I have started using Odoo a few months ago, and I was able to build a lot of. Okay, this is a statement, not a question. Next question from Mohammed, how Odoo will support to get qualified leads for the partners? So when you become an Odoo official partners, you will be having 2 channels for receiving leads. One, these leads will come directly from our Odoo booth, and they are prioritized on geolocation, meaning that you will receive leads in your proximity. But then through your partner manager, who will be your best friend in Odoo, you would get what we call opportunities. So these are qualified projects. We probably did a demo for them. So these qualified leads, they are already convinced by our solution. So we hand them on to their partners to, of course, negotiate your contract of services and start implementing the solution. So, and just to give you some numbers here, the conversion rate from the leads coming from our system, which are it's quite an impressive number of leads, because in full honesty, we can have 1 million of scenarios from students testing the solution to, of course, real companies interested in Odoo. But the conversion rate would be around 4 to 5% per company from leads coming directly from our system, whereas the projects coming from your partner manager, we convert them at more than 90%. I hope this explains a bit. And I will be answering one last question. Okay, so Apospec, how do new learning partners usually acquire their first Odoo customer? Are any leads shared with learning partners, or is lead generation fully the partner's responsibility? So yes, the learning partners can get their first client with our help, because basically at any moment of the relationship with Odoo, they will be in contact with Odoo employees. So at the very beginning, us, part of the partnership recruitment team, we advise them and we offer our full pre-sales support, meaning that if they manage to have discussions with potential customers about Odoo, we always ask to be involved, because like this we can support you with demos, just showing the client how the solution works and how their business processes would look in Odoo. So we are really there to help you with your first client. Okay, and then actually, learning partners will not be receiving leads from us, simply because learning partners are in the process of learning, and from our perspective, they are not yet fully capable of implementing a full project from A to Z. From resources reasons or financial reason or any kind of reasons. Okay, that was it for today. Thank you so much for your help and for your questions. And as I said, if this was interesting for you, if this is a journey that you think you might want taking, feel free to reach out, and either me or one of our colleagues, we will be in touch to answer any kind of questions and to show you in more details how this could really bring a huge added value to your business.